What's up, fam? Pastor James Willis here, also known as King James Beats. Welcome to the Uncontaminated docu-series. Tonight we are going to focus on Genesis chapter number 1, but before we do, let's do a quick recap of Jeremiah 12, where Jeremiah the prophet was talking to the Lord and he asked him, how come you keep letting all this crazy stuff happen? I'm serving you wholeheartedly. I'm obeying you. I'm doing everything you called me to do. And yet these people who don't serve you get all the attention, all the accolades, all the awards, and so on and so forth. But if you keep reading that chapter, God would tell him, hey, bro, don't worry. Just chill out. I got it. It's under control. So now we find ourselves talking about creation tonight. In Genesis chapter 1, let's read it real quick. Verses 1 and 2, verses 26 and 27. It says, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. Verses 26 and 27. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Verse 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he, male, created he him. Male and female created he them. Let's read that one more time. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. So God created everything out of nothing. God thought to himself and said, let's create something. He created the earth, the sun, the moon, the stars, the birds, the fish, the air, the land, the water, the sea. Then he said, let's create something that looks like us. So he's having a conversation with himself, with the Son, who's Jesus, and with the Holy Ghost. So God created us in his likeness and in his image purely. And he thought about it out of nothing. That's why we can be driving or talking to somebody or doing whatever it is that you do, and there comes a melody, or here comes a snare drum pattern, or here comes a run for you singers, or for my keyboardists and organists, here comes this nasty little lick that we could do because we've never heard it before, but God starts singing it in our ear. It's because we are uncontaminated, which, remember, means to be pure and undefiled and not mixing with the secular world. So God creates us with the gift of sound and then music, because everything we do comes from a sound. That includes what goes on in this brain of ours, which not coincidentally would appear to be dark and without form and without void, but we can't see on the inside of our skulls, but it is formed, and things that go on in here come out of nothing. So God simply does in our bodies what he did with creation. He created us out of nothing, and we can create music out of nothing. So I want to encourage you on tonight to stay uncontaminated. If you stay uncontaminated, your creation process will remain holy, which means to be separate, but your execution of that creation process will also remain holy and undefiled and separated, because we as believers and servants of Christ are always supposed to remain uncontaminated. So let's remain uncontaminated. I love you. Let's rock together on this journey. And remember, it's Jesus over everything, which is why it's Jesus over therapy, because Jesus gives us our creations. Shout out to Mother Dobbins. I love y'all. Let's rock.